Old Orchard Beach used to be nice. There's wild Canadians coming down. Cutting loose. They think that LL Bean is their Giorgio Armani. Canadians. They're like, oh, honey, put on some Bean tonight. I'm wearing Bean right now.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Everybody, what is happening with you? What's good? The A&B show live one more time. I'm Brad Tesh, your host. With me as always, the infallible, the one, the only, the Bruiser supporter, the man of the hour, the water drinking, the Omega wearing, the one, the only, Sean Valancourt.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You know what, man? I feel like a sultan in this thing, Brad.
You should.
I feel like a sultan in this. We're in Brad's like man room / living room. Okay, there's a lot of cool Seattle Seahawks stuff up in here, but yeah, man.
Sports memorabilia just in general.
It feels like you could just sit here. There's a big screen that you can't see, unfortunately, but you could just fall asleep in here, man. It's like
many a nap happens in this joint. I'll tell you that.
Hey, man, what an unbelievable week one we had.
Yeah.
What do you... There were so many upsets that happened and more questions, I think, that came up about week one that I don't think people saw coming.
Yeah, weird. Second year of the 3 preseason game schedule, and I think we're seeing week one not as great as it typically has been, and some that I think is not playing your starters, in the first couple of weeks and those things. I think that's really a problem. The first week seems like the 4th preseason game to me in a lot of ways.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, though, it is week one, right?
It fully counts. I'm just saying, like, the product that we see feels like a preseason game in a lot of ways.
Maybe what I do like is that there were some really good upsets.
Yes, not in the way they approach it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like it's approached as a preseason game.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just saying that it comes off as a preseason game because I don't think everyone's fully
You're talking about the stats. You're talking
understand.
about this,
It's leveled out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Well,
we all know, right? Like the first 3 weeks, it's like whatever, and then by about week 4, then you start understanding what football teams are. But nevertheless, Detroit beating Kansas City is huge for Detroit. Huge
Massive.
for them to keep going out there and really chasing that NFC North. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Green Bay was successful against the Bears.
Yep.
That was not a big surprise, or was it? Because Jordan Love came out.
I think that was the surprise.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that the win was a surprise. I think that it was the way Jordan Love played.
And then Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, of all the surprises.
That was huge. Yeah. That was gigantic. That was a perfect Cleveland defense. And their offense was just clicking. Just clicking all cylinders there.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't them clicking because I didn't get to watch a lot of the games. I was traveling to Seattle, was at the Seattle game, which is a whole nother story that I'm sure I'll riff on at some point. But they only give up 24, or score 24 points. I hope their offense was better, but or can be better. But man, what a week of sports just in general. But man, the NFL is back and king. And shout out to college football too. College football is great.
There were some great upsets.
Fantastic games on Saturday and Friday and Thursday, and really we're just like Tuesday and Wednesday is the only day we don't have football anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's fantastic.
I know. I
greatest time to be alive. Fall's in the air. It's a little crisp outside.
Yeah, a little bit. See the leaves just starting to change and everything. And that's when you know it's football time. The leaves are starting to change a little bit. Football time, hockey time, NBA time, Major League Baseball playoffs. This is the best time.
It is. What was the biggest surprise for you in week one of the NFL season?
Well, for me, the whole week one was kind of a surprise, really. I mean, Cleveland coming out and really putting a stomping onto Cincinnati, like that was a gigantic surprise. The Giants not able to really do anything.
I don't know if it's Dallas's defense is that good or the Giants were just that bad.
I still don't know. I know that Dak Prescott shows up, right? He shows up in the first game, and he was there. And honestly, he wasn't. It wasn't him.
You can say that Dak Prescott showed up. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
I think he threw for 145 yards. He didn't turn the ball over, but he also didn't score. Right?
But, he's like the new Tannehill now, man. He's like insert here, insert quarterback here. The Niners, as I said, the most perfect football team, look like that.
It looked like they did. That's a scary proposition in the NFC.
And the Rams beat the Seahawks at home.
Yeah, terrible.
Yet again.
Terrible. Yeah, Sean McVay has the number. 9-5, including the playoffs, I think is what his record is against the Seahawks. The urgency was just unmatched. It was wild to me. To be there, the crowd was on it as it should be. I hope that came through on TV. The crowd was so into it. And the urgency from the players was just not there. Like it was,
Yeah.
It looked like, to me, it looked like Seattle expected to beat the Rams and overlooked them and walked out like they were going to win and got punched in the mouth and couldn't recover.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner was great, 19 tackles. Came in and looked like he was supposed to look like. Third down is once again an Achilles heel. Didn't matter at the distance. The down mattered. 3rd and 11 to 3rd and 1, couldn't get off the field. Just terrible.
Jeez. I mean, that was one that they really needed Seattle to start off, right? And so
you've got to win in division.
Especially in division, exactly. And
you hate to start the year with a division opponent. You hate to start your year at home with a division opponent because that's what happens.
Well, that's why
inevitably that's what happens.
Cleveland, Cincinnati was huge.
Yeah, man.
And same with Buffalo and the Jets. That was massive right there.
What a game! First of all, before we get to the obvious. Maybe our obviouses are two different things.
No. I think our obvious is probably going to be the same thing. I'm just there going.
That Josh Allen sucks with turnovers.
That was bad. That was absolutely terrible.
Since 2018, Josh Allen leads the NFL in turnovers.
Yeah, you know what he reminds me of?
By a lot.
That Brett Favre kind of gunslinger,
Yeah.
Because those three interceptions were terrible. It was absolutely terrible, and you can see it in his eyes. He was rattled. Yeah. He fumbled the ball. You can't play like that and expect to win. I mean, the defense did what they could.
Yeah, up until the end.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Buffalo should have been up by 3 scores at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is that Zach Wilson just did what he had to do, and that was just manage the game. Really, at the end of the day, yeah. And they went with that running game that they had. It was good with Dalvin Cook and what's that other running back's name?
Bryce
Hall.
Yeah.
He picked up so many yards in that
which
game.
leads us in, right? Aaron Rodgers today, being the day we're talking is Tuesday, the day after the game. We know now that his Achilles is torn. He's done for the year. A lot of questions to be asked. Zach Wilson probably not the quarterback for the Jets. That roster is loaded, loaded, right?
Yeah.
What do you think that the Jets do?
I think they're a playoff team still.
With Zach Wilson?
Even with Zach Wilson, yeah.
Do you think I think there's 2 trains of thought. One I've seen already. One might be out there. The other one might be out there. I don't know. I know for sure I've heard one. I'll tell you that one first. What do you think about Colin Kaepernick being... I guess there's 3. I'll give you 3. What do you think about Colin Kaepernick being a choice to replace Aaron Rodgers for the Jets?
That would just be really for fanfare. He's been out of the game for so long.
Yeah.
I mean...
I should have looked it up before we got here, but
literally butts and seats.
I don't remember. Well, maybe it's not.
What do you mean? Do you think because he's so controversial that
I don't know if that fan base holds it. I don't remember if Robert Saleh and Kaepernick were in San Francisco at the same time. I don't remember.
I don't know that either. I
think so. So. But the other one is that the Jets should be calling Tom Brady right now. What do you think about that?
I mean, sure, why not?
You think Tom does it though? You think Tom jumps into the
I don't know,
Jets
man. He
division
just
rival?
jumped out there. He did all that stuff in New England. I don't know. I still think
I
he
can
could
see
be
him playing
convinced.
somewhere. I don't know that I see him
can
playing in
being
New York.
convinced. I mean, you see that. You don't see him playing in New York?
In the Jet for the Jets?
That would be an insult to that.
I think they're saying. I mean, they just said like this week they're going to like speed him up in the Patriots Hall of Fame and like induct him this year and do all this stuff, and now he's going to go play for the Jets this year. I don't know.
I never looked at it like that.
I don't know.
True.
Maybe
that's
right?
That is the most. That would be the most insulting thing.
I don't know who else where else he could go that would be more of a finger.
I don't know. That's a big finger. That's a big middle
It's a
finger.
rough one, right? I don't know that he does it. I mean, it's Tom Brady.
That
you
would
don't
be
know,
him just coming back just to play football, though. At that point,
Yeah,
Like,
for
I know,
sure.
you know what I mean. Like,
For
I don't
sure.
see
But
anything wrong with it.
It's a giant, both of them, right? It's the double bird. My dark horse, though, is I wonder if the Jets call the Broncos to see how in Sean Payton is on Russell Wilson.
I don't know. That was interesting. I mean, he played a good game, managed the game, right? He did. It's a well-coached team. I don't know.
But they're not paying him $50 million a year to manage games.
Yeah, I get you. It's only week one.
He's not a Sean Payton quarterback.
It's only week one.
I know. I'm just saying, like, as Sean Payton has liked his quarterbacks, Russell Wilson doesn't necessarily fit.
Those announcers. Did you hear those announcers talking
No,
about how those two like love each other pretty much? It's like they just riff on each other and everything. And
I can tell you how that works.
yeah,
Russell doesn't like to be coached hard.
well, he's being coached.
Does it work?
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just asking. If
It's
you're
only
the
week
Jets, do you call and see?
I mean, you're desperate. If you're the Jets, of course you would make a call. I mean, do you trust Zach Wilson? I mean, right now that's the cards you got. That's what you have to play.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm saying, like,
I don't know.
do you make the call if you're the Jets? You're calling
Of
Denver to
course,
see if they're in?
you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
I mean, you're probably calling. I mean, really, you're
I
probably
think you're
calling
calling
the Saints.
everybody. You're calling everybody. You're seeing.
You're calling the Saints, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what about Jameis Winston?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, there's.
I'll take Jameis on that team.
Yeah. There's so many things that are going to be happening because if you're not doing that, you're not doing your due diligence and really for your organization either, right? Like unless you really trust Zach Wilson, do you?
Well, if you trusted Zach Wilson, you wouldn't have brought in Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I'm saying, though, right? It's like how many?
There's no and if or buts about it.
How many mixed messages can you send?
They're not sending mixed messages. They're already calling veteran quarterbacks. Like they're calling free agents
You're
already
calling
this
everybody.
morning.
You're calling everybody.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to. You already insulted this kid once.
Man, I haven't thought about the Saints until just now when we're talking. That's an error.
Well, there's so many different things, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that develops.
Well, I don't know who else is the backup that's available, right? But like the Saints have a pretty ideal situation, and like that makes some sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of phone calls being made.
Jumping ahead to week 10 or week 2.
Week 10. What? Brad, we just started, man. We
Week
just
2.
started.
That's why I want to be ahead.
I know. Week 10 is like American Thanksgiving, bro.
No. Maybe that's why I want to get there.
That's-
I'm hungry. It's been a long day. Thursday night game, Minnesota, Philadelphia. In Philadelphia. Philadelphia, I think it can't be real happy with their showing. They won, but, you know, maybe a surprise that we're going back to it is Tampa Baker.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield did a great job there.
There's some swagger there. That's the Baker I hate from Oklahoma.
That's exactly it. We'll see. I mean, he did well in Tampa, right? So we'll see.
Interesting.
And now you're saying, what was that Thursday night game there?
Minnesota traveling to Philadelphia.
Traveling? Wow. So Minnesota needs a win.
Yeah.
To stay competitive.
Yeah.
They were considered one of the teams to probably be in there.
Leaders of the North.
You're 0-1.
Yeah.
And now you got to play the defending NFC champions.
Yeah. Philadelphia's already a touchdown favorite.
Yeah. I mean, how can I go against Philadelphia?
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Yeah. And that's an exciting Thursday night game.
It's a good game.
Yeah. All right.
Seattle, Detroit. In Detroit. Detroit's a 6-point favorite.
And I can see why.
I can too. I'm taking Detroit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad. I want to pick Seattle. They need a win, but Detroit, they're coming off a very impressive victory.
It's a home opener for Detroit.
Yeah, and they're well coached. Detroit is well.
They're well coached. They're well organized.
Yeah,
it's their home opener. They're coming off a great game, and they've had 10 days of rest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Seattle looked uninspired.
Yeah. Seattle's going to be 0-2, and Detroit's 2-0.
100%.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah, and I
hope otherwise, but 100%. This is a surprising line. It's Las Vegas traveling to Buffalo, but Buffalo's a 9.5 point favorite.
Show me Josh Allen. I don't know.
Give me the Las Vegas Raiders in the points.
The Raiders look good.
Give me the Raiders in the points.
Man, Raiders look...
Maybe not outright, but give me them in the points. 9.5.
Yeah, that's huge, because the Raiders look good.
Did they not see the offense?
I was just saying, Raiders look good in week 1.
Did you see Buffalo's offense?
Yeah, I saw Buffalo's offense. It was pedestrian. And Raiders, they look good. They look good with Jimmy G in there.
Yeah.
They look good.
Give me the Raiders in the points.
I don't know, man.
9.5.
No, I don't agree with that line. That's crazy.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying outright. I won't tell you the Raiders are outright, but you give me the points.
I think Buffalo wins by 3.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like we're talking.
I think 9.5 is a little.
Yeah. Give me the Raiders with the points, not outright with the points for sure.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Baltimore, Cincinnati. This is crazy. These lines are all over the place. Baltimore, Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a 3.5 point favorite.
Wow. So, I mean, Lamar Jackson didn't do much in the game either, but Baltimore's defense.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
3.5, eh? I think Baltimore is going to win that game.
Yeah, I do too. I have Baltimore.
Yeah. I think they're going to win that.
Yeah. And maybe this is maybe the game of the week for me, but I couldn't tell you why.
Well, I'm telling you, I mean, Cincinnati has to win.
Yeah.
But Baltimore's probably going to win this.
Baltimore has to win also.
I mean,
I think.
yes.
Right?
They did win.
Losing J.K. Dobbins like they did, like going down a running back is a big deal. Like, and he's not just their running back, he's a core piece of their locker room.
Yeah.
It's a big deal for that.
And that's a lot more now on Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's interesting. But, I mean, honestly, Cincinnati's defense did not look so good.
No.
I mean, even without J.K. Dobbins, do you trust Lamar Jackson not to have a big game?
Oh, I think he will.
Especially
I think Baltimore wins.
Rival?
Yeah, but Baltimore's got to have it to keep them in.
Yeah.
Kansas City, Jacksonville in Jacksonville. Kansas City's a 3-point favorite.
Is
Travis Kelce going to play?
Yeah, is my boy Travis Kelce playing? If he's not playing, I'm sorry, KC is going to lose.
You think so?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes looked lost out there.
I think if Kadarius Toney can find his hands wherever he left them, he's not that bad of a receiver.
How many drop passes? That's crazy.
4 first downs he dropped. You can't have Patrick Mahomes. They went for it on 4th and 25, and it looked so easy.
Yeah.
And he dropped the ball. Kadarius Toney dropped the ball. You can't have it.
No.
3rd and long, it happened again. You can't have it.
But that's the thing. That's why he has a
Patrick Mahomes makes the play.
Yes.
And throws the ball.
But that's why he has his safety valve.
Yes.
And Travis Kelce.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying those guys
because he knows those hands are pure. Those are magical hands.
Listen. You watch what Tyreek Hill did on Sunday.
Unbelievable. And
I don't remember what the Chiefs got in that pick to trade him. But I bet it's not worth it.
No. Tyreek Hill is a freak. Absolutely.
He said he's going to get 2,000 yards this season.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he said? He's already more than a tenth of a way there.
That's crazy.
In game 1.
That's insane.
He has 16 games left.
Yeah.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid. That guy's a freak.
Unbelievable.
Moving on. Los Angeles Chargers are going to be in Tennessee.
Wait, do we pick KC or
I picked Jacksonville.
Wow.
This is in Jacksonville. I don't feel like.
Man, and it's hard because this is going to be an interesting game as well. But I'm going to go with KC. I think KC pulls it out.
Think they come back?
Yeah.
Los Angeles Chargers in Tennessee. Chargers are the favorite.
I don't know. I think Tennessee wins.
Yeah, it's a pick'em game. I feel like.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I think Tennessee does their work, and I really think Tennessee's hard to beat at home.
Yeah,
I don't know how they'll be on the road necessarily this year, but I think at home they're good to go.
Absolutely.
Green Bay and Atlanta. In Atlanta, Green Bay's a 2-point favorite.
Yeah, and I can see why. I mean,
I think Green Bay will win by more than 2.
I do too. I think that if anything, that's probably where you go on the over. This Green Bay Atlanta game.
Yeah.
It's like that's a
Atlanta looked like you would think Atlanta would look. I think they're in the middle of a rebuild.
Yeah.
They've got some nice pieces. They got a good running back. They got some good receivers.
They're not ready though. They're not ready.
No, they're a year away.
Yeah,
right.
They're not ready.
They're probably a year away. This will be a year of them where they're going to end up 6 and whatever. Right.
Yeah.
They'll win some games, lose some close games.
Yeah.
They'll be in there. I think Green Bay is going to be on top of them.
Yeah.
Indianapolis travels to Houston. They're a 1-point favorite. Again, kind of a coin flip game.
Who is Indianapolis?
Indianapolis is a 1-point favorite going to Houston.
I think I'll go for a field goal for Houston in that case.
Yeah, I think Houston wins.
Yeah.
Too. We saw some things for Anthony Richardson. I don't know what the defense really showed. I think that Houston has some promise on offense. I think we saw that. I think Baltimore's defense was just that much better.
Yeah.
I don't think Indianapolis' defense is that good.
No.
So I think just another game for those youngsters over there in Houston. I think Houston gets it done.
Yeah.
Chicago travels to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's a 3-point favorite.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not going against Baker Mayfield there after I saw what Justin Fields and set Chicago Bears did in Week 1. No, I'm going to go with Tampa.
No, it's Tampa.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And how sweet it is for Baker Mayfield to be 2-0 then.
Yeah. Talk, Baker. Get that progressive deal back, buddy. We're all pulling for you. Or whoever, Geico, whatever you got to pair up with. Go back to Flo or get in with the Geico, with the Gecko or
all of those main offices are in that Cleveland area, right?
Yeah.
That's why it was so easy to get the deal. Yeah.
Maybe he gets back. Let's see. Next up, we got the Giants going to Arizona. Giants are 5.5-point favorite.
Wow. I'll pick the Giants to win this one. I don't know about the 5.5-point spread, but
I don't know. I mean, Arizona looked good against Washington. Looked better than I thought they would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll take Arizona. I thought the Giants looked terrible.
All right. They did. The Giants did look terrible.
I'm not convinced that Dallas' defense is that good. I don't know if it was the rain. I don't know what it was.
The Giants were terrible. That was terrible. That was a terrible
It looked like, you ever seen someone get beat up and they're just not sure what's happening, and like they're looking at you while they're getting punched, like where is this?
It was not competitive. It was
so bad.
And that was a rivalry game. That's the worst.
I know. But it looked like it wasn't anymore.
I know.
It's like when the little brother finally beats the big brother's ass. You know what I mean? Where the big brother's just so shocked.
Rivalry game. And it was like, New York is like, no, just throw in the towel. They had nothing.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I didn't even think it was a rivalry. It was just like, wow, this is what Dak Prescott does in Week 1.
Yeah.
He just manages the game.
It wasn't even Dak Prescott.
The defense
It was so crazy. It was the opposite of what we thought the Cowboys would be about.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Dak Prescott was terrible.
Yeah. All right, I'm still picking the Giants, though.
You can take the Giants. I'm taking the Cardinals. Until the Giants win a game, I'm not doing anything with them. They're terrible.
Here we go.
San Francisco, the Rams. San Francisco's an 8-point favorite.
And rightfully so.
What we saw them do to Pittsburgh was phenomenal. That defense is amazing.
That's a full football team.
The offense is clicking.
Girls.
They're the NFC favorites.
That's a full football team.
I 100% get it. What I saw out of the Rams is still not good. I understand they won. I don't think they're that good of a football team.
No.
I understand they just beat
the Niners are going to beat them up.
They're going to beat the doors off them.
Senselessly. Yeah. It's going to be more than 8.5. Go over.
Take the over. Take the over on both, kids.
Yeah.
Bet responsibly, but take the over.
All right, let's go.
The next is the Jets. The Jets are going to go to Dallas.
Well, 2 premier defenses. I guess we'll find out.
It's an 8.5-point game for Dallas, is what we're projecting to be. I don't know that it'll be that. I don't know that Dallas can duplicate that effort.
I don't think so either.
There's so many things that had to go well.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And that Jets defense now, I'm starting to go there. I mean, okay, 3 picks though by that one same dude.
Sure, but here's the thing though, right? Dak Prescott and Josh Allen,
very similar in their IQ. I would
right?
I'm totally on board with that. Yeah. How can I say anything else? I saw 3 interceptions like that.
And a
like
fumble.
Josh Allen.
Right? You
what
know
are you
that
doing?
Dak can do the same thing
Yeah.
that Josh Allen just did.
It's unbelievable. All right. So
Then you have the
San
command.
Fran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're the Jets and Dallas.
Oh, right. So I'm gonna go Jets by 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're going Dallas?
I'm going Dallas at home. It's 8.5. I don't know if that's true or not. Outright, I would take Dallas to be the winner, but I would Jets by points probably.
Let's see. Yeah.
Washington's going to travel to Denver. That's the game there. Denver's a 3.5 point favorite, which just for our new friends at home, typically the home team is a 3-point favorite. That's typically how it works. You get 3 points for home field advantage. So it's basically a coin flip. Like what I saw out of Washington's offense, Washington not fully healthy on defense yet. Maybe this week they will be. Denver didn't look great all the way around. Who knows, how they feel in week 2. Maybe they feel more put together.
Denver lost that first game?
Yeah, to the Raiders.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy G went crazy on them. Yeah.
They couldn't hold.
I remember that. I'm sorry, I was functioning. I literally had no sleep that day when I was watching football games.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
I was up for 30 hours. Yeah. So I do remember watching the game.
Yeah.
But then when we're talking about it, I'm like, wait a second. You didn't win, Denver.
No.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry, that's what happens when you get no sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, keep going. Yeah.
That's why Sean was saying that Russell Wilson's a good quarterback and that Sean Payton wouldn't trade him, but he is not paid to manage games. He's already lost.
He managed a game. All right, let's go.
He managed to lose the game.
All right. So, are you picking Washington in that one?
I'm picking Washington.
I think it's a safe bet. That's a safe bet.
Then we've got another division game. Miami's traveling to New England. Miami get a big break here. Miami's going to go to New England when it's not snowing.
Yeah.
Miami's favored by 2.5, right? So if you do the math, it's 5-point swing or the other way.
I don't know. Miami looked great.
Miami looked real good. New England's defense doesn't look great.
No, I think it's
especially their pass defense.
Yeah, and I think I would go over 2.5.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
How do they stop Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill?
It's impossible. They
don't have it. I don't think they have it. They don't have the horses
Miami
to keep up.
punches them in the face too. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do think that. Yeah. Then we have the Monday night games doubleheader. So normally the NFL does a doubleheader on opening weekend. This week, I think with 9/11, they decided to just have the one game in New York on 9/11 to honor that day, which is great. And really just awesome for them that game worked out to be so cool. To have a walk-off touchdown on 9/11 with the Jets winning. That's exactly what because the Giants just dropped the ball. So the Jets had to do something there.
They dropped the soap is what they did.
Yeah.
They just dropped the ball. They
dropped the soap. All right.
Monday night is the doubleheader week 2. 2 games for your fancy pleasure. Starting off with the division matchup, New Orleans at Carolina. New Orleans being a 3-point favorite.
Wow.
I like New Orleans and Carolina. I think Carolina has the building blocks to be a great team. I think they're in the same boat as Atlanta. They're a year away.
Yeah. But
maybe 2.
I think Carolina, I think Bryce Young tries to come out and have a really big second game.
Yeah.
New Orleans, so you have it is a good football team. But I'm going Carolina.
New Orleans has such a good defense.
Yeah, they do.
Right? That's the thing that sets it apart is that I don't think Carolina's defense is as good as New Orleans. And that's why I'm going New Orleans because I think that New Orleans can slow down Carolina enough to be ahead. I think this is a good game.
It is. It is a good game. I'm looking forward to we're going to be seeing Bryce Young play Seattle.
Yeah.
You and I and a few other buddies, we're going to be seeing that.
The week after.
So I'm looking forward to this Monday night game. I'm going Carolina.
That's good. I'm glad we'll get Carolina in a short week.
Yeah. And what are you calling?
I like New Orleans in this game.
New Orleans. Okay, I'm going Carolina by 3 though. So.
Great. Keeping on this division match, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, Cleveland's a 2.5-point favorite. I don't know what to think about this game. I don't know what we saw if Pittsburgh's our offense is that anemic or if San Francisco's defense is just that good. So
San Francisco's defense is something.
They're fantastic. That's what I'm saying.
And now you're playing a very similar defense.
Yes.
Again.
I agree. Yeah.
And so I don't.
But Pittsburgh's defense isn't a slouch.
They're not.
So.
But what I saw there, I mean, Nick Chubb, and if this is what?
Did you see Deshaun Watson's quote after the game?
What's that?
He just said, "Oh, great team win. You know, we get our Chubb going." And he said a bunch of other stuff after that, but I don't remember after that because I was like,
should he be saying?
I was like, Deshaun, that's not the thing. Someone should have talked to Deshaun about what you can and can't say.
It's like I see some problems.
Yeah, there's a couple of things.
He looked great out there in the football field, and so if that's him, they're gonna walk all over Pittsburgh. But
yeah.
Well,
I mean, you can't.
Somebody start going and pulling Deshaun aside, saying, "You can't say these things, bro."
Maybe you can.
I think he maybe tried to say tongue in cheek. I don't know.
Maybe.
Do you win people over that way? Is that what Dale Carnegie wrote about?
You're the Browns fan.
Listen, did Dale Carnegie back in the 30s? Carnegie, yeah. I don't know
Who?
what. My dad. Rest in peace. So he would call him Dale Carnegie, right?
Yeah.
Dale Carnegie, that sounds well. Anyways, though, did Dale Carnegie write out how to win friends and influence people just that way? Is that the way?
Yeah, I mean, usually it's the way to pronounce their name correctly is step one.
Very good.
And then step two is to add humor when you've been a rapist.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Anyway, that's the NFL Week 2.
I'm excited. Week 2. I mean, the matchups look good.
You're taking Cleveland?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm also taking.
And I'm going over on that one too. I think they're going to really hurt Pittsburgh badly.
Give them the beat, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, have you been paying attention to the set NBA season coming up?
I have been paying attention.
All right. So the first thing I noticed there, because I really wasn't looking at a lot of the NBA stuff, I was paying attention to hockey. But the first thing I saw was that Nick Nurse, as of June 1st, is the new head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yes. Do you think he took over an ideal situation?
No. No. I think that there's a lot of questions in there.
What do you think about the relationship between the GM there, Daryl Morey, and one of the star players, at least, for the 76ers, James Harden?
It's unbelievable. Like, James Harden's he's a gifted player, right? But he's old. He's getting older. And you see it out there.
Is it because he's older or is it because he's fatter?
Maybe a little bit of both, right? But he's not James Harden from the Houston Rockets,
Yeah. So, for those not in the know with the NBA, James Harden is upset with the Philadelphia ownership group, or leadership group maybe is a better way to say it, because he felt like they promised a trade in this offseason and they did not. And so at a basketball camp in China, which is where Daryl Morey famously had a misspeak a couple of years ago, and China hates him, came out and said that Daryl Morey lied to him and he was a liar, and so burned that bridge, said he'll never play for Daryl Morey again, and the NBA investigated that whole comment and situation and fined James Harden $250,000 actually for his conduct, which is crazy.
Wow.
And so now James Harden is set to open camp to be a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. Daryl Morey's still the GM. They have Joel Embiid. They have arguably the most talented roster in the East.
Yeah.
On paper.
Yeah.
If they're all healthy and in shape and ready to go. With a disgruntled superstar who wants to be traded. And then you bring in Nick Nurse, who has won championships and dealt with difficult superstars with his time in Toronto. And so how do you see this going?
I mean, I think Nick Nurse gets him on board. I think that's the reason why he'll play, right? Because it's like you're playing for a really good coach. I think if he can get through, and I know he can get through to a locker room, and he's got tools, right? I guess it all depends on how he decides. Like what they did with Kawhi was still brilliant with the load management. So does he load manage these guys in a certain way that they're just productive? I don't know. I mean,
I don't think load management is the problem with these guys.
No, I think it's a lot to do with just a really poisonous locker room. That's what I think. It's like at some point you're probably going to have to trade James Harden, but by doing so, who do you trade him to and what do you get, right?
Yeah. Well, he's been pretty vocal about where he wants to go, and that's the interesting thing that we're seeing in the NBA is these stars now saying where they want to go, who they'll play for, and kind of poisoning the well.
It's not right?
Yeah.
It really is.
Drives their market value down.
That's exactly it, because then the whole entire association then is now being held captive because a few players want to play at a certain market, and that market then has these superstars, and then other markets cannot thrive or even, compete. I mean, it's always with the NBA, and sometimes with Major League Baseball too. But even in Major League Baseball, the way that season is, it's impossible to really tell who's going to win the whole entire thing, right? Where with the NBA, you can be pretty accurate, at least I'd say 70% with the NBA. As to who you feel the championship will be when you see a team loaded.
You get close. You usually get the final 3.
Yeah. So this season, I mean, there's a lot of question marks going into it.
Once camp opens and the dust kind of settles, I think there's one more little window of movement before camp opens in the next 2 weeks that we'll see, and then we'll have a more in-depth view of what's going to happen. We'll have a better preview.
Yeah.
So.
Right now, it's kind of hard to look at all the matchups. I mean, did Houston get better? They got Van Vliet. They got a few other people there. Is Phoenix really going to be good with Kevin Durant and everybody there? There's a lot of questions.
Who's going to beat Denver?
That's the thing is that we're talking about all these teams, but Denver is the juggernaut right
Denver
now.
didn't get worse.
Yeah. So
who else got better?
Nobody really.
That's the question.
That's what I'm saying. Is like. It's almost like a foregone conclusion. It's going to be a repeat for Denver.
Yeah, if they can stay healthy.
Because I can't see any other teams really competing. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of Los Angeles Lakers fans who will probably say differently.
Well, it all depends on who does the work, right? That's the thing with the NBA hangover, right? If you win championships, you can party all summer or you can work all summer, and it all depends. We'll see.
Big shout out to Canada for winning the bronze medal at the FIBA World Cup of basketball against the United States of America.
Congratulations, little brother. We'll see you in Paris.
Was that a surprise that Germany's in the finals?
Yeah.
It was Germany-Spain. Yeah. That was the championship. Germany won.
Yeah, I think if you watch those games, you see team basketball versus USA basketball, right? Team basketball wins.
And Canada had a good showing this year.
They did. They played great team basketball.
Yeah. Usually it's like they always are talked about highly, but never really in that competitive zone. They were competitive this time.
Yep.
But Germany, they really do produce a lot of superstars over there when you really think about it, right?
Yeah. And they're just, I mean, it's so crazy. They're grooming those kids at 14. They've all played together forever. And it shows. It's just, it's phenomenal.
There's something special going on there, you know?
It's phenomenal.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's basketball, I think, the way it was designed to be played. But
you know what?
That's another topic.
The Jays could make this wild season. I know just last week I said that the Jays were not going to make it, but when I see Texas imploding.
We're not talking about playoffs until next week when it's closer because we're going to jinx it and then we're going to feel terrible about it. So let's just not get there this week.
All right. Hey, you got a one-on-one question for me.
I do.
All right.
I do. We're both men who consider ourselves fancy.
Fancy?
Yeah.
Well, I like the finer things.
Well, I would say we like the finer things, but only in like an accessorizing way, right?
Yeah,
we like watches and, those types of things.
Yeah.
When it comes to getting your feet painted, and your toes painted and rubbed and what, do you like to have your calves massaged and lathered down with soap, or do you prefer to have like the wax thing done, where like they put the hot wax on and like make it all smooth
And massage you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the hot wax.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta be. Yeah. So I got. If you can all see here, I don't know.
Now you can see
like
the crusty ass bottom of your feet.
You can see the painted toenails. I like getting pedicures. Usually I go with my wife, and then they'll be massaging up my leg, and I'm sitting there like just hanging out, looking over my wife like, this is very strange. And you almost feel like going, don't touch me, but it's good.
They go above your knee?
Like, no, right here, bro. Yeah. What are you talking about?
What are you worried about?
It's like nice, Yeah. But I'm sitting there and I'm feeling, well, this is really nice. And it's like, shouldn't it be my wife doing that?
No, you're paying for a service. Below your knees. Below your knees, below your elbows, it's all good.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
I don't know. That's why I had to ask, because you were feeling some kind of way about it.
Just in the gutter, man.
Because you felt the kind of way about it.
Well, yeah, because I'm a person that's there beside my wife and somebody's rubbing my leg.
Everyone knows when you're getting a pedicure, you're gonna get your calves rubbed. Well, you feel guilty about getting your calves rubbed.
With my wife right there.
Yeah, it's your calves. Go ahead to ask.
All right, let's go. All right, so did I answer your question?
Yes,
All right. So, my one-on-one question to you, and trust me, I haven't really given it much thought. So this is just going to be a shot in the dark here.
As always.
All right. So, if you were able to live in any tropical island, which island would you pick? And would it be because of a certain sport?
Be the least populated island?
Least populated island?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to deal with people.
You don't want to deal with people?
I should say that, because that might be Iceland or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I want to be? It's Costa Rica.
Okay.
All right. Where the beaches are.
Yeah.
And they have satellite TV so you can watch whatever I want to watch. I'm into that.
And you would think that Costa Rica, some sort of baseball would be coming around, right?
Yeah.
Go
watch some live baseball.
I know the Dominican, they do this crazy league thing there.
Yeah.
They have
I'm sure there's great baseball in all those islands.
I'm sure. So that's
live sports are anywhere. Yeah. Live sports anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah. I might pick New Zealand. Because I want to see the All Blacks. I mean, at least there I can see some rugby. Little rugby.
It's great. Yeah. I want more tropical weather. And tacos.
You want tacos? Because that's tropical. New Zealand's tropical too.
I don't know where New Zealand falls on the taco scale, but for me,
I'm pretty sure pretty low. I'm sure their taco game they are not known for.
Not like Costa Rica or the Dominican.
No, absolutely.
You know where I'm going to be
absolutely.
At? Big Poppy.
Sipping a pina colada.
Sign me up.
All right. Well, with that is another
show in the can, another show in the barn, however you want to say it. Coming to you soon next week. We'll talk about week 3, recap week 2. Maybe talk about some MLB playoffs, and we'll pick Sean's brain on another question that probably doesn't have to do with feet. Until next time, folks, be good or be good at it.
Righto.
Peace.